OdeeLoccSportsInfo here, back with another vid for you guys. Yeah, y'all hit that subscribe, like, bell icon so y'all can be notified of this reel, because y'all know OdeeLoc keeps it real. Yeah, y'all, so let's get into this video. I want to just point out how Errol Spence Jr., right, he can get away with anything. He can say anything, right? And these, certain channels who fanboy for him, don't call him on it, right? And they'll never call him on it, right? I think they getting paid by Errol Spence Jr., right? Because they already getting paid by Gary Russell Jr. We all know that. They getting paid by Gary Russell. So who's to say they not getting paid by Errol Spence Jr. on the low, right? But let's get into the video. Errol Spence Jr., he fought Danny Garcia in December, right? And what did Errol Spence Jr. say after the fight? This man, the Texas Roadrunner, he came to the podium and he said, I'm not going to come back until the summer of 2021. What? Wow. And you can get away with this? Right? And you can get away with this. Not on my channel, buddy. Not on my channel, Texas Roadrunner. You're not getting away with it. I'm going to call you on your bullshit each and every time. Each and every time I'm going to call you on your bullshit, Texas Roadrunner. Right? Now, I want y'all to think back. Right? Think back. Go back in time. Back in time. When Keith Thurman, right, he fought Danny Garcia, he got injured. He was injured, right? He had an elbow injury. He was injured. What did the WBC make Keith Thurman do? The WBC, they made Keith Thurman give up his belt. They made him drop the WBC belt. Right? And he dropped the belt for Danny Garcia and Sean Porter so they can fight for the belt. That's how Sean Porter even got the WBC belt. Because Keith Thurman dropped it, vacated it. He didn't lose it in the ring. The WBC made him drop it. And why did they make him drop it? Because these certain channels kept telling, right? Kept making video after video after video after video. Right? Telling the WBC, Keith Thurman need to drop that belt. Y'all need to get that belt from Keith Thurman. He's holding up the welterweight division. Right? This is what come on. This is what these certain channels said. Keith Thurman is holding up the welterweight division. Now, Errol Spence Jr., he can fight a man in December, and he can take off until, right? He can take off 7 months, right? Probably 8 months, because he probably come back in August. So this man can take off 7, 8 months, and nobody is putting pressure, right, on the WBC for him to vacate the belt? It wasn't nobody's fault that he got into that, that car crash. It was his fault. He was drunk driving. It was his fault. Right? So, this guy, he can get away with anything. He can get away with anything. He got into a car accident. He got behind the wheel drunk. He was out of the ring for over a year because he got drunk. Right? And he still didn't have to vacate. No belt. Think about that. He didn't have to vacate nothing